In Papua New Guinea, there is one sector that continues to draw criticisms: education. This is a sector that stands on par with health on the national government's priority list, and specifically budget allocation. In the last 2 decades, education has become the selling point for successive governments. Whether or not they delivered in this important sector is determined by the people's varied perceptions. But the sad fact is that even with a current population of over 8 million, quality education is yet to penetrate the remotest parts of Papua New Guinea, barricaded by a challenging terrain and explicit cultural barriers like native dialects, male dominancy, and other social and economic downfalls. In 2012, Papua New Guinea's then Prime Minister Peter O'Neill introduced the tuition fee-free or TFF policy aimed at subsidizing tuition for elementary right through to grade 12 students. The policy, which put into action the government's Universal Basic Education Plan 2010 to 2019, was described as PNG's fourth and longest-lasting attempt to provide free education in Papua New Guinea. Before this intervention, there was an estimated 2 million youths and adults, which accounts for about 1/3 of the population, that were out of school and unemployed. According to Education Secretary Dr. Uke Kombra, an estimated 10% of school-aged children do not even get a chance to enroll, and 50% of those drop out of school before reaching the 6th grade as of 2012. All those were happening amidst a net enrollment rate of 63%, seemingly the lowest in the Asia Pacific. Such was the dire realities which instigated the then O'Neill government's head-on approach on education, hence setting a benchmark in national government education investment.
Anil policy long government, you mean like looking one pla high school inside long one LLG. You mean got 19 pla LLG. So you mean really look long 19 pla high schools. Now you mean look not only long high schools, but you mean look long technical schools too, or some long Danib. You mean look long upgrade them all. You mean got 6 pla district. So you mean look long 6 pla inside long district. So this pla, all Madang government plan, approving finish. Stop now. So when if something you may make him here, no outside law plan, stop inside law plan. I mean like giving big plot talk. I'm almost blow me along Catholic Church. Look along this hub. Now make him this program, this work possible.
You may try to accommodate him this all get as close to 42,000. Plus last year another 6,000. Now by this year by another 6,000 again. So you may try to accommodate him all this line but go out long. Grade 8 behind this layer. Nara plus something can. Start this roti go down. Status blow Malala I think within the next 2-3 years time. Malala up enroll him can grade 9. You may start him finish this layer, cut him down, enrollment block grade 9. So Malala gives him less grade 9. Next year by less grade 10, enough time where you may give him full status belong national eye long him. Grade 11, 12 taso. Brahman 2 by none of kisim mo sumating lo this lap. Maybe plus start him all process belong him lo goes. Maybe even 2-3 years time Brahman by converting along. Agri-techno institution blow me blah. So I'm all this kind of arrangement. So somewhere down the line me blah must pit him sample nupla school blow me blah kamantap.
Apart from the government, A few other development partners share the same aspiration for an exceptional educated population in the next decade as per the PNG Development Strategic Plan 2010 to 2030. The Catholic Education Agency is a major partner in education services delivery, even going places where there is zero government presence. It has schools established and administered right across Papua New Guinea. The recent establishment of a new day high school on the outskirts of Madang is a proof of the continued efforts of this leading contributor to PNG's education sector. It is over 4 months since the official groundbreaking on the construction of the Maren St. Jacinta High School, situated several kilometers out of Madang town, near the historic Alexis Southern Catholic Mission Station. There couldn't be any better site than one of the few places in PNG where the Catholic missionaries first arrived. Such a mammoth task requires efficient time and resource management. From planning, freighting to building, all must be done according to plan as the new school's official resumption date looms near.
Baik at one black job drawing only call him. It's like job drawing and by come certain quantity, but this law certain something and but delivered according to one building. Now some will come bundles. But time online staff lo site now, all by separating all out, finding mo some one pla panel or one pla quantity, one pla house and by requiring mamas the panels by go long. Now we'll separate them out can find out. Actually now will come as a bundle, will come, we don't know it's going to be how many buildings built. But then we got sotimol out now, but we plus our by in a Hamas classroom straight on the walking. So now yet, we plan on to Hamas classrooms.
At the outset, community spirit and local ownership of the new day high school is evident here.
Hamas plus kids me plan or sumatin by go way na planting they can't go through na plus our house na get pingan plus start me plus awari. Now they come to one. I bring talk something with this person. You work out today. Now that's all. This is like good year. Tomorrow I'm going to fight for you. All going to fight. So we plan Hamas through this Hamas plus schools here. We plan Hamas and private hospital. Thank you very much.
So, Miyama Masosem Madang district inside Alex Sapen and by Plakamapim Nupla High School Maren or Maren St. Jacinta High School, which is good. Miplamas. Now Miplamas Osem Rainby is also included. Yes. Now Miplamas long or Madang Electric inside the Madang Ambenop Council. Miyamas. So whatever issues by come up and by Mipla can look address in BN.
Mito kamo masosem jubla including Mipla as politically Mipla talk Mipla don Rapla district but Mipla coming side but maybe because lo Catholic on a boundary sets boundary so kaya sa Mipla stand ba. Mipla tu ga dili plans Mipla lo side lo plate Mipla thinking lo tarili technical secondary school or kind of say. May plans belum lo government side lo LG. Ito sa tok ko kami ilan but now inland one time isla plan lo church now. Yo ko okay kama place Catholics mi blama mas. Lo puto bigini belum kam kami side lo. St. Jacinta lo gusti map sa school. Belum nem lili walk dan belum organize small man kam belum pin.
Museum council of la place, la area, la ward where school by come up. Me by start directly backside where you blah. Now by me head forcing on the full potential. Now look him, now make sure that the school and by come up, and by establish system. You blah, now you me want to be with 3 man. Me like you straight so me give people talk 10 kilo. Bruno, the one in 3 man. You want blah man, you got big blood 3 man in education in the Catholic Diocese. People think you through you want them all team all want them you. When if something come up, suppose I'm plan of Papa God, and by fulfill also new thing.
But you look at more salaries may come up. You don't want to dispute the ground. Now we as a council, we never three level government, we got power to talk yes, because some people are giving mandate. The market man wants to also government, the national government, and the local government council, we by the school, no Maren by way. You know what problem must stop at school. Okay, talk. The one of Papa Mama, and Secretary of the Education, was at the page. The Bilaki board member, Blooming Plan of Madang, honorable member Jacinta Day, Frank Grammar, or a member in the Madang province, almost 100 people too. Now supporting the school.
First and foremost, land must be secured. In a country where land rights is equivalent to birthright, proper dialogue was established by the Madang Catholic Archdiocese and custodians of Maren. This was a land acquired by early Catholic missionaries, possibly for commercial purposes, to support its sect mission station.
In fact, that area is called Portion 65, and it belongs to the Archdiocese of Madang. What we have done so far is there are 2 projects at the moment. One is the school, and the other one is the proposed subdivision for the housing. The school itself plus the subdivision for the housing, there was a conversion of the title from the freehold title to a leasehold title. With a freehold title, you cannot do any business transaction. But with a leasehold title, you can do any business transaction. So that is the status of the land that we are working on that at the moment. We have done an assessment, meaning we have counted all the crops and types of trees and whatever is on that site where the project will be. Then we did all the assessment. We collect the data of the count of the crops and all that. Then each tree or each crop has a value for it, a certain value. So according to that value, to that schedule, we have calculated the values of each crop and all that. Then when finally, when we compile all the information, then we have conduct this payment now. According to the assessment that I showed, the highest was around 10,000 and the lowest was around 48 kina. So it's all been paid according to the amount of crops they have on the garden.
Well aware of the extent of their guardianship, the church rewarded them accordingly prior to initial landscaping work. It was a win-win for the 2 parties as the custodians vacate the land and even pledged ownership of the school.
Me representing my Alopa clan, me play ogata clan members he been amamas through or same this like one good plus service and by come me play exim lo place community blong me play blong helping me play today na long future blong me play too by this like education and most one play key by can open door blong all get something where me play now making the life so me play been amamas through all get clan members one time now amamas together long supporting the project. Emino ose one play area where me play occupy mosem resident lo mi pla but mosem ground natin ibin stop one time all sampla all one all settlers tas all stop longen na mi pla but mi pla cleani o unim dis lab.
Mi play ama mas all get a family lo clean all like him school mas stop and by giving service lo all pikini all been look sabo so now all this high school start long way but now machine them business la ting them bring come one time mi play clean mi play one bell na away also mas mi walk boom one time Catholic machine lo come up in this project na mi play ama mas got rampla cross or one time so mi play like him also all time machine mas walk boom one time mi play all papa ground time to all to buna stop time all Catholic machine come stop one time but mi mas benim mesla promise only been making but one play thinking or say all machine stop long way lo mi play I'm sorry say come up in big play effect inside lo this like kind of project and now all stop one time mi play walk boom one mo got something mi play talk one bell seri my idea mi play come up in this project must come up good now mi play mama so same all been talk one time mi play good one minute talk mi play talk one minute mi play talk or I don't must hire mi play all come through lo mi play come through all mi play come up in this project na mi play like come up in something must hurry up lo must complete
clan member bla all clan community all get a support him one belim lo desla school must come up so me play support him display line all legal line only got crops stop inside lo display ekta by school stop long so me play support him all long make him display walk long all papa only got something on a long crops long all so me play support him so inside long clan lo me play long place me play got big plus support long the high school must come up now we must walk bung one time diocese Catholic so me play got one bell to make him just walk me play no like him passing long silence against him machine make him all just like something come up so me play like him education blow pikini blow me play the future belong all Balkan he got school so all by line plant your good plus something like come up good plus ave man blow me play the future plenty all school all picking don't play go long way all you find problem heavy kind so me play like him now come up a rare place me play must got full support lo display school must come up so me play walk bung one time machine diocese long come up him display walk
me from the belly with the crops me like him school me like him school lo come up was now me look education dol mangi and big play me look through go out inside lo Brahman Malala and me look plenty problem no come up so me like him so te mauto so like school must come up me like him school must come up so by beginning primino go long way kan so Brahman lo beginning go only face problem Malala go only face problem so me represent la alupa clan me one bell lo school ba come up le so thinking future me blood beginning bell again me one bell me bring more power block crops me play as a committee me block alupa clan me block come so me block bring power block crops come so pay more crops so me like school masana play area me block one bell school come up it is clan me block talk right law school me block one bell and by me block clan committee so clan me block by look law work commercial work so me block one bell.
The people of Nagada, Riwo, Malmal and Pau did just that to get the job going even from the very start. They got their hands dirty to ensure their kids accessed this new school. Bruno Tolemanel, Director of Madang Catholic Education, attests to this and trusts this group of people to further assist in getting other necessary infrastructures in place until the Maren St. Jacinta Day High School's status is on par with existing high and secondary schools in Madang.
The spirit from the community is still very high. They are waiting for instruction. We do this, you come and do this. So they're just waiting. They're just waiting for us. So I think on Sunday we will travel to the 7 communities, inform them. You come, you build a house, you build the house, and one community you concentrate on the student toilets, and you should be okay. We just need few shelter for only appointed 6 teachers to come. So we believe that we will be completed by the end of February, and then March we can call in the student in. So we believe that our community are ready. They cut timber and they're just waiting for somebody to take a lead, or we will tell them.
On the other hand, people in the immediate catchment area of this new school are grateful to the Catholic Education Agency for making education easily accessible to their kids. As a new 2021 school year begins, what better news there could be than to learn of the full operation of the new Day High School.
Plenty of Pikini only losing school or fail because long space. That is why Maren and Masikat High School are not ambeno. Plenty Pikini must go to school because impact or long run blooders la or Pikini long development long place 1-1. All mangi must sim sawe na comeback and no place na developing place blomipla. Because plenty of factories na industries establish along Madang. Immediately more Pikini has place lo work. But now we them local plenty school na all Pikini no good plan up sawe long apply long less lo work.
Being with the Ambarna Primary for the last 7 years, I've noticed that a lot of issues being arising, and most of the issues arising, I believe it's because of the overcrowding that is being faced throughout Madang province, I believe. Especially Good Shepherd, as Ambarna is feeder to Good Shepherd, and few of the students enrolled at Tusba, but still the number of the primary school as the ratio against the high school is still very low. So with the initiative of the Catholic Education putting this project, I believe it will at least cut the problem of the overcrowding.
Mia mama school ba kamaplo Saint Jacinta. Amo sen no plus school na mia mama go school long up. Because I'm no planti bian ba planti man sumatin ba kam gonsel. Good Shepherd na tuspa bem school and pull up so iga mi pani dim planti mo high school lo kamaplo bless bem plat.
But there is still room for more work from the beneficiaries. In fact, they need to do more in order to lift the status of the school to fully operational. Archbishop Anton Bal is quite dissatisfied with the extent of the prescribed input from parents and citizens in the catchment area as initially agreed. The Maren St. Jacinta Day High School is a unique community project which will only come to fulfillment when all parties contribute adequately, he says.
We don't want to simply feed the people and then they don't contribute anything. So that's why with Maren School, we arrange it in a way that the church, the diocese, provides classrooms. But families, the community around, will have to provide the teachers' houses. So it is another different kind of arrangement that we don't want to only give. But people, if they want to have services at their doorsteps, they will have to contribute positively and showing that they really need to have education at their doorsteps. So that is why the teachers' houses are built by community living around. Parents and families from the feeder schools, they have particular teachers' houses that are assigned to them to complete. Now the classrooms are completed, but teachers' houses, some have been completed and others have yet to be completed.
For the Catholic Education Agency, delivering such an important project is well within its mandated social responsibilities apart from Christian evangelization. It is pleased to relieve the government from the burden of ensuring accessible, quality education.
Church has the desire to educate people, seeing the need of education.
We see, how can it be that so many thousands of young people who could have gone to grade 9 are not going because there's no place for them in school? Not because they're not, they didn't qualify, but it's because there's no space for them. So from that point of view, we need to do something about it.
There is a drive that is pushing us, and we've got a slogan in our office. Catholic Education Agency is a slogan, and the slogan is, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? And in Tokpisin, suppose me don't make him, who said by make him?
There is a great injustice when our children cannot proceed to high school due to the lack of facilities. Education is a fundamental right which improves the lives of our children, improves society, and gives our children an opportunity to fulfill dreams, their aspirations.
As of early February 2021, this is the status of the construction of this new day high school. After 2 months, and here we are, on this bright Friday, 7th of May 2021, the school is bustling with life. Students, teachers, and even contractors move with earnest as the new day high school gets into its second week of official resumption. As you can see here, there's a new footpath established to connect the 2-in-1 classrooms which house the grade 9 students, the pioneers of Maren Catholic Day High School. Despite the challenges, the lack of infrastructure, the ongoing work on staff houses and other similar infrastructure, the head teacher and the school administration, they are positive that the school is here to stay, to serve its purpose, and that is to give second chances to students who may be left out had it not been for this school administered by the Catholic Education Agency. It is a massive project which Tolemanil acknowledged from the very start, and he remains affirmative that the Madang Catholic Education Agency is getting where it wanted to provide accessible and quality education to thousands of students that are pushed out due to lack of spaces in grades 9 and 11 every year.
So me ask him cooperation bro you pro gata. No kan tim long government bro you me. As long as church can start him you me, let's start. By me start long up, na go nap long up. All gata yeah me bla walk him selection. You got 3 plus district me affected. Number 1 Madang district you affected. Number 2 Bogia district you affected. Now number 3 Middle Ramu you affected. My friends, by me start tomorrow. All gata cooperate, come cleaning place. Those I dose him. Only you may build him. Now you may go ahead. Me like long by 31st March next year. You may must finish. Now you must sell him. Total we go for registration.
Sparring against existing high and secondary schools in Madang, this new Catholic administered day high school is slowly but surely living up to its status as one to accommodate the growing number of less fortunate grade 8 students left out due to limited spaces. With 4 pioneer grade 9 classes with an average population of 30 each, the St. Jacinta Catholic Day High School is finally in full swing.
I was called by the church about this new school. And initially I didn't know what was there for me. I was excited about it. I thought it would be something of a challenge because I have not been involved in any newly established school. I was teaching in established schools, so it was exciting and a big task, challenge for me. But I was happy that I'm given an opportunity to help develop or start a new school here for the people of Madang, and especially the Catholic Diocese of Madang.
I feel excited and happy to be the pioneer of this school, and I hope I learn as much as I can in that school, and I'm meeting new friends. I have new teachers, new principal, and I have many rules in this school, and I hope I'll follow all of them.
I completed my study in St. Michael Alexis Safen Primary School, and I passed my examination, and I came to the new school called St. Jacinta Day High School. It is okay to me because I live close by this school. If I went to another school that is far from my place, it can cost me too much because my parents are not well, and I'm not confident to leave my parents far.
I got a good marks. I get 3I and 1 satisfactory on maths, but I didn't chose to go to any I. And we see Mr. Bruno, but he said we have to see the principal. That's why my father see the principal, and the principal said it's okay to bring me here. I am very excited to be in this school because Tuspab is not very fine because there are too many troubles, fighting, bullying, so much. It is safe and very enjoyable. We have every textbooks, and the teacher gave us exercise books, and also they provide us with a textbook. So we use the textbook to see and copy the notes. My father worked here, that's why he bring me in the morning, and at the afternoon I go by myself the bus. Maren is a good and enjoyable place to be learned because it's a new school and a new environment for every one of us. My friends are at Tuspab. It's not, they hope to be in this school, but they cannot be, they already selected there.
As you can see, the dugout latrines here are built from bush materials. At this stage, it is no big deal. What matters most is that the students have access to learning resources. They have a proper desk to sit on, and they are educated under a proper shelter. And in fact, they have access to a teacher. That is what matters most at this moment. Indeed, developing something from nothing is almost impossible. But for veteran head teacher Steve Bueng, this is a privilege. A dedicated Catholic with an extensive experience as head teacher to various schools under his belt, he is pleased to oversee the growth of this new institution.
So I had managed the school, and I have some idea how to go about helping this school to from scratch up. For a new school, sometimes you don't know. You just don't know what's coming, and you just do your best. The basic things that we want to get in place of the school: the academic program, the discipline program, the discipline culture. We want to start already in the beginning that the parents must know we mean business. We want the students to be disciplined so they can also perform academically.
As anticipated, the 4 new classrooms now accommodate the pioneer grade 9 students of this St. Jacinta Day High School. But again, people's communal efforts remains an integral part of this mission to have a high school that could cater for students from CR in Madang's Bell area to Bunu along the north coast in Sumcar district. This is something the Catholic Education Agency is hoping to fully harness for the benefit of the less fortunate students in the years to come.
But some of you that one time I'm getting his school register, and then you register, and we got status to take care of them yet. Time we start with this time of kissing all of registration and walk to make sure I must say it will say a long process of register. But then you walk one time to make it and come up. So you plan council along place, look, discuss, then you plan, walk. All brother, this plan 366 here or 166 here will come up and may affect him you know that. And may affect him you know that. So we start.
Now we like him talk amas the word 10 na word 8 and the constitution of the government you bla allow him ground the word bla you move forward the development as a team the council. Dr. Bruno me agree emotion. You miet mas on school through the tuat bla. You mi starting the government by finishing na mission to by finishing. Because generation you may start long and tomorrow long on. Money got sabe to by start the ground. Mando sabe and bano start. That is why we want the team lo mi come. Mi plaga structure plan and be ready finish committee mi plaga setting finish long. Bugon lo after the groundbreaking watchings mi plaga prepare lo committee.
For a start, the 4 new classrooms will host the Pioneer 130 grade 9 students in March, and that Tolemanil is optimistic.
He was supposed to come with us, but he's probably had something personal around.
But again, people's communal effort remains an integral part of this mission to have a high school that could cater for students from CR in Madang's Bell area to Bunu along the north coast in Madang's Sumcar district. This is something the Catholic Education Agency is hoping to fully harness for the benefit of the less fortunate students in the years to come. The Maren project is a demonstration of a shared aspiration for improved and quality education service provision by the private sector. It will not have been so without the support of partners such as the Bread for the World, a non-government organization.
And the St. Jacinta project, I said it's special because it is purely built from our own resources. The diocese financed the infrastructure with assistance from donor agencies abroad. So we managed to complete the first phase now. And there is also second phase, third phase, and fourth phase to develop yet. But we are happy to have the enrollment and the classes have begun.
Catholic Diocese, they approached us for potential funding, and that's when all the conversation began, and we saw that it was a relevant project which also comes in line with our strategic goal and the development priorities that we have. So that's when all the conversation started, and we supported this project. The initial approved funding was around 250,000 euro, and then we later added 28,000 euro. That's 269,000 euros. Yeah. I think if we look in PNG, most of the education and health centers in PNG, mostly in rural areas, are run by church organizations, and most of these, I think, are run by Catholic agencies. So we've seen that AOM has a big impact in education and health sector. This project, it's so relevant because it's going to have a greater impact on infrastructure and also in the long run.
Bread for the World is a Lutheran charity funding agency. But all those funding agencies, they look at genuine projects, genuine support, and support they give, they want to have a lot of people benefit from it. And that is why they are open to assist as much as possible.
Even at the launching of the new 2021 academic year in Madang, Education Minister Jimmy Uguro and Combra reiterated the need for strong partnership between school administration, parents and stakeholders. Such mutual understanding is of great significance to the development of the education sector.
If you all must make education come up business for you. We all have to respect teachers. We all have to respect schools, principals, the laws of the school. Don't break enter. Nastilip sa amin school. Dokan sana bro, din saya kong sibling di kota pe. Bayan sampai lagi sim, kling 100 km kisim bro. Bayan teachers mongen. But teachers are educating in the country. So talk sama kalau papa mama, our citizens, teachers play a very, very vital role, very important role in the community. We all have to work together and respect them. So what we will do, we come up with some kind of platiti. So that all mama, you know, correspond teacher too, all two suppose all person to about beginning of school, but good understanding must come up. School and the parents must have good understanding. There should not be any misunderstanding. That's whereby you play, you know, that good environment of school.
The Minister for Education is a honor, but it only does not come with an honor and privilege. It comes with a very heavy responsibility. Because our minister is responsible for over 13,000 schools, with 65,000 teachers, with over 2.2 million children. It comes with a lot of responsibility. So we have a huge challenge in Madang. It requires all teachers, all our inspectors, all our PED members, the provincial government, every one of us to work hard. So let us all work this year to improve Madang's grade 10 examination results.
For the initiator, it is the umpteenth time the church has come to the aid of communities and peoples in dire need of quality and accessible education for the young ones. In fact, there are other similar projects emerging across Madang province, thanks to the wisdom and commitment of the Catholic Education Agency.
I want to say thank you to the Catholic Church for starting up a school like this for the community. And there's another one in town, the Holy Spirit one, that is also another school the church is building. The only disappointing thing is that nobody was able to allow the church to be given a space, proper land for building a school. So they've squeezed the school inside one of the existing schools here, the top-up school, the Holy Spirit school.
My first wishes for the parents of the students attending Holy Spirit and the parents of students entering that age group where they'll be going into high school to contribute towards the school, because it's the future, their future, and it's their children's future. So they're the first and foremost the people who should be realising the importance of raising money towards a new high school. And secondly, it's in the interest of all companies in Madang, all corporations, large and small, to be put in whatever they can afford for the future, not only of their students, but the future of Madang.
And it's very sad that in Madang, people are not aware that we probably have 40 babies born in a day. It's like one class per day. And yet people are not aware of it. If you know how serious the need is for establishing schools because of the way the population is growing, I think the leaders need to step in and help now and support the Catholic Church in building of schools. More schools are needed here. Other provinces like ECP have gone ahead, far ahead. They have more schools in one district like Yanggroup, Soswe.
The Catholic Education Agency has instigated something which it is proud to be part of, but more so credits to the hardworking men and women that have contributed towards getting the new Day High School off the ground. With little realization, they have all joined hands to build a better future for themselves and consequently for their children.
Justice, equality, respect, and prosperity for all people. We pledge to stand together as one people, one nation, one country. God bless Papua New Guinea.